Go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, welcome everyone. Grace Simon here, and welcome to day 14. We are running this race full out, fully clothed and armored. We are running our race, friends, in day 14. And I want to welcome you back, celebrate the now, and cheering you on into your future because it's amazing. It's amazing to see people show up for themselves, for their future, for the present and the future, knowing that they're called for more. And they're called for more commands attention. And that's what we're doing by showing up every day. We are commanding attention for our present, but the future, for what it is that we are going after in our life. And last night's lesson was pretty powerful. I got to tell you, we have some. I started a chat for those that are fully engaged with the 21-day reset, where we can get a little closer and more personal offline. And I want to say that it's a real honor to do that. And whenever I'm working with clients one on one, and I get to hear their deeper stories, their deeper things of their life that they're pressing in and through. I find it an honor and a privilege to be that. Just like when I'm doing real estate and I go into people's homes and through their intimate spaces, it's a privilege. I don't take it lightly. Being in real estate is more than the actual real estate. It's about the person. And when you go into a person's home, it's an intimate space. It's where life is carried out. And it's the same thing with coaching and mentoring. I'm going into people's intimate spaces of their mind and their heart, and they are digging things that they never knew that was there. And all of a sudden there's this new awareness, but it's not to dig up hurt and to stay in hurt. It's really to, expose, shine the light on areas of our life that we're able to pull out, shift, change, and really align ourselves to what we know is possible, what we believe that we want is possible, and how to have the tools and the momentum and the courage to move forward. So that's what we're doing in this 21-day reset. This 21-day reset is about clarity and awareness. And good evening, friends. Welcome. Come on. Let me know that you're here. This 21-day reset is about clarity and awareness. And woo, come on. So thinking about the different programs that I teach about designing your empowered life, go through the process of learning how to receive in order to be able to prepare yourself in order to receive, and designing what it is that you want. There's so much to personal development. It's just layer after layer after layer. Hello, welcome. You're back. Woo, 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 woo. Ha ha. But wait, the power really is at the getting the clarity and the awareness. Because when we have clarity, when we have awareness, we have clarity, then we're able to build momentum. We're able to take the next building block of what we need to have in order to continue to move forward and really have that massive transformation in our life. And it's a journey. So this 21-day, pow, 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 it's an uncovering. But it's definitely a journey. It doesn't stop at 21 days. In fact, you know what it's like when you're on the challenges, any kind of challenges that you do, you're in that moment, your foot's on the pedal and you're all in. You're all in and you're giving it. And then, when the challenge finishes and there isn't this thing to arrive to every single night, or, there's that momentum starts to fade, you start to take your foot off the pedal a little bit, don't you? And then after a while, you're taking the pedal up a lot. And then what happens? You realize you have no drive. You lost really what you had put all in to getting that pedal down to the metal, and what it took, that momentum, that energy and synergy, the community. So I want to invite you, friends, if you're enjoying this course, you're enjoying this 21-day reset, to continue to listen to them over, but get into the community. New Doors Mentorship and Group Coaching is about a community where we're supporting each other's dreams, where we're cheering each other on, and and really walking alongside one another and seeing the development, seeing the growth, peeling back the layers when they need to be peeled back. So it doesn't stop at 21 days. It's part of a community. I want you to continue to be a part of my community where I can really see you really bloom into what it is that you're working so hard at. So tonight, day 14, last night. Can we say deeper? Let's go deeper. Are you ready to go deeper? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you okay to go deeper, a little deeper? Come on. It's good. It's good. Yes, you are ready. So we need to take a deep breath in this one again. So feet on the ground, hands on your heart, taking a deep breath in through your nose, filling up that belly, sitting up. Allow yourself to feel that expansion within yourself. And take a nice, hard, deep breath out. Oh, so good. Can we do that another one? Can we do it another time? And I'll try not to fall asleep. Let's, with our feet on the ground, hand on over our heart, take a deep breath in. Breath of life. Filling up our lungs and our belly. Letting it go. Ooh, all the cares of today. Let it all go. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight is a turning point. And this is the moment we stop. We stop, friends. This is the moment that we stop. And what do we stop? We stop bringing our past forward. Yep. Remember we did that exercise last week where we just dropped those bags and we just let it go and feel the weight off? Well, this is when I really mean it. We stop bringing our past forward. Not by denying what the past was, not by blaming it, and not by judging it, but by seeing it differently. I want us to see our past differently. Last night, I heard some things, and it really formed this lesson that we're going to do tonight. I heard some things from some of you and even myself. When you see things differently, it stops controlling you. When you get in a new awareness and a different perspective, it stops controlling you. And there comes a point in growth where we stop asking. There comes this time, and personal development is so beautiful because you get to a place, and I'm journaling right now. I'm writing my book and I'm journaling, and I'm getting some new awarenesses. And I am intentionally preventing myself from going to a place of writing about who hurt me, who didn't affirm me, who contributed to my insecurity. And that's what tonight is. That's what tonight's lesson is that I don't want you, when you think about the past, I don't want you going there. I don't want you going about who hurt me, who didn't affirm me, who contributed, because it's gone. It's over. It's over. Okay, we're going to go on. We'll spend a whole entire section about forgiving and releasing, but we're just going to let that go. And we're going to start something deeper. I want you to ask these questions, because when you ask yourself powerful questions, this is where the growth happens. This is where the growth comes. This is the question. What did I learn in that moment? What did I decide about myself? What pattern did I create to survive? Whoa. That's maturity. That's leadership. When we can ask ourselves these questions, when we do a reflection, these are the more powerful questions, not by asking who hurt me, bringing all up that it wasn't a firm, nobody saw me, blah 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 blah. That keeps you stuck. That keeps you broken. Enough is enough. What did I learn in that moment? What did I decide about myself? What pattern did I create to survive? That is your maturity. That is your leadership. When we write, something shifts. Okay. It's like we rise above a situation. Instead of looking from inside the emotion, we look from above it. We get this eagle eye view. And that's what this lesson is called, the eagle eye view. There's an exercise that I do with clients when I'm going over their past, when we're going over our past. It's called the floating upward to get the eagle eye, and it's learning how to get out of your head. And we'll do a little bit of that. We will do a little bit of that, just so you get the understanding of what that feels like, so you can practice it a little bit on yourself. Because this is, again, it's super super powerful. But for tonight, I want us to stay on the ground and think about our writing. When it gets when our past and our experiences stay in our head, it feels really tangled, right? Like there's just that all that emotion and all that occurrence taking place, that scripting goes over and over again. And that's what we've been dealing with, is untangling, right? Bringing that awareness, shining the light on our patterns and our states and our behaviors and our values. When things are on paper, it becomes visible. And when it becomes visible, it becomes understandable. See, when we have stuff going on in our head, we can't have a different perspective. But when we take a pen and the paper and we're not scrolling, we're not asking chat GBT, we're not going from one to another. It's just you, the pen and the paper and this. And we start writing out right from the very beginning. Writing the book has been a really amazing, it's been a really amazing experience. The understanding, the wisdom that I'm gathering from it has been awesome. And I literally, friends, have to say, nope, I'm not going there. I'm not putting any blame. Nope, I'm not going to feel any shame. I'm doing this for understanding. So when I journal, I have rules. So can we say rules? Or put in the chat boundaries. Boundaries are rules. Whatever it is that you want to call it. This is for you. When you go to write, when you go to journal, you have to have some rules. I don't blame others. So when you're going to do your journaling, when you're going to do your writing, I do not blame others. I do not criticize myself. I do not defend or justify. I write to understand. I do not blame others. I do not criticize. I do not defend or justify. I'm writing to understand. I'm writing to get a new perspective on this weight, why these red lights happen, and what emotion has been attached to it. Because a perspective, when we have a perspective shift, this changes everything. And perspective, it dissolves urgency. Perspective dissolves resentment. Perspective dissolves insecurity. It doesn't erase the past. It gives perspective. It gives an eagle's eye view. It reframes it. We need to reframe so much in our life, guys. So much in our life, because did you ever notice? Okay, so many of you on here have kids. And has this ever happened to you? I know it's happened to me. that, and I know it's happened to my parents, is that when our kids describe a situation or a scenario, it sounds nothing like how you remember it. Has that ever happened to you? You have a child saying, this happened and you said this and da 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 da. This dialogue takes place and you're like, huh? When was that? Was I even in the room? Yes, mom, you did that. Or yes, mom, this is what happened. You're like, huh? Has that ever happened to you? This is perspective, is because everybody has different perspectives depending on what side you were looking from, whose eyes you were looking at of. Some of you realize this week that you shrink. Some of you realized you fly under the radar. These are some of the things that I heard. Hence, I'm doing this lesson. Some of you saw scarcity everywhere. And that didn't start last year. That started somewhere much earlier. Wouldn't you agree? And tonight we don't attack that version of you. We understand that version of you. There's another exercise. It's an NLP exercise, and if there is an argument, so when you have, your child or your partner or somebody, this is gold, and this will change your life if you practice this. You might want to have a one-on-one session with me so that we can go over it. But it's like when I learned this, it was a game changer for me. So when you get into this dialogue about, you said this or this happened and it didn't go so well, there's a misunderstanding of some kind, perspective. What you do is you go over this conversation that you had with someone at some time, and you literally stand in their position, literally stand from where they were in the room. So you have to picture yourself in this scenario. And this is what happens when you start to write. When you take the pen to paper and you start writing it down, you're now looking at it from another angle. You're looking at it with a new set of eyes. You're seeing yourself in a situation and in a time, but now you're no longer that child or that teen or that adult in that time. You're actually looking at it from the third person, from the eagle eye perspective. And it's super, super powerful. So you can do this exercise of perspective shift on a recent dialogue that you had with somebody, or take it with your journaling. Okay, I want you to grab your journal. We're going to do some writing. We're going to put some pen to paper. This is a deep session and it's a little bit heavier than the other ones. But I'm really glad you're here because I know that this is so needed. It was needed in my life. And it really took me to the next level of awareness. Okay, so I want you to grab paper and pen, not your phone, your journal. I don't want you putting notes in your phone tonight. I really, honestly, I want this pen, pencil, something in your hand. And at the top of the page, I want you to write, what moment in my past shaped the way I respond today? What moment in the past shaped the way I respond today? I'm going to write that here. And you can find it in my Stand store. You can go to the Stand store after the call, or if you're watching this later on, you can go to my Stand store and you can find the Eagle Eye Journal worksheet for you to go over this. But this is your question for tonight. What did I decide about myself in that moment? I want you to be honest. from our work that we did last night. So if you weren't here last night and you didn't watch the video, you got to go back and watch last night's. But I want you to be honest, not dramatic, not poetic. Everybody feels like they need to be poetic. It's just you. It's a you and you game here, okay? Just true. When you're thinking about what happened yesterday, okay? Does that decision still serve who I am becoming? What did I decide about myself in that moment? And the moment was my past. What moment in my past shaped the way I respond today? What did I decide about myself in that moment? And does that decision still serve who I am becoming? What moment in my past shaped the way I respond today? What did I decide about myself in that moment? Does that decision still serve who I am becoming? This is growth. This is uncovering. This is deeper stuff that you're not putting blame. You're not attaching unforgiveness to it. You're reflecting. What would wisdom say about that moment now? What would wisdom say about that moment now? This here, friends, this is the eagle eye question. What would wisdom say about that moment now? So you're looking from a different perspective. You're looking through the 3-point view up above the situation. So I want you to just close your eyes right now. Just think about that moment that's coming to mind that was uncovered for you over the past little while. Some new things have coming, why you're playing small, why you're playing scared, why scarcity is showing up. Think of a time in your life that happened. And I want you I want you to disassociate yourself from it. Look outside, see the picture. And I just want you to take a different notice about the scenario and see how it looks differently. People are standing. How are they standing? What they're looking like? How you're looking like? When you do this, when you write and you allow yourself to look at the bigger picture or look at the scenario again from an adult view, from a different point, you stop being the child in the moment or the teen or the young adult or whatever time frame it was. You stop being that child in that moment. You become the adult observing it. So it's like the child talking to the parent, and the parent's like, "What are you talking about? Like, that's not how it happened." Yes, it is exactly how it happened. No, it's not. That's what's going to happen here. And that is power. You're not rewriting history, okay? You're not changing things. You're rewriting meaning. And meaning shapes identity. It allows the green lights to come instead of those red lights. And that's where we're going. I don't want you to go too deep of scenarios. I just wanted to go from the teaching from last night, the red lights, right? We're going for green lights. We're getting the green lights. And this is how we do it. When we saw the red lights, we take time, we write it out, we get an understanding, and the green light, the red light changes to the green light. We get the go. So think about the earlier version of you. See them clearly. See them very clearly. And say internally, that decision kept me safe once. How you reacted or responded in that time, that decision kept me safe once, but it does not lead me now. Again, that decision kept me safe once, but it does not lead me now. Whoa, that's a pretty touchy one, isn't it? That decision kept me safe once, but it does not lead me now. Press your thumb into your fingers. And I just want you to squeeze your hands together and say, not urgency, not reaction, clarity, or whatever you want to use for points. Not urgency, not reaction, clarity. You want to go for clarity. Friends, you're not broken. You're patterned. And patterns can be rewritten. And that's what we're doing, is we're rewriting our patterns. And understanding is the beginning of wisdom. Understanding is the beginning of wisdom. Allowing yourself to have this different perspective of something that has been holding you on, dragging you down for far too long. Gain understanding. Get understanding to get wisdom. And that wisdom moves you forward. Wise people allow themselves to have a new perspective, to shift their states, to shift their viewpoint. Journaling, writing. So journal. I want you to sit with this. I want you to sit with these new awarenesses, the things that are coming up for you the past few weeks. Sit with it. Let understanding come. Take time with it. Turn off the TV. Turn off the phone. Every morning I'm up in the mornings, a part of my morning routine. We talked about the evening routine and bits of the morning routine, but every morning I've committed during the 21-day reset is to write every day. And my writing is this. You know, I started out, I'm going to write my book, and it's actually started out as my awareness journal so that I can gain an understanding of what it is that I want to write. So pick a time in a day and commit it, that this is really important to you, that you'll sit down and just journal. Start from the very beginning and with no agenda. Just start writing to gain wisdom and understanding with no judgment. And when the moment comes of like where you feel infuriated or, you know, you just want to go there, say, nope, not going to bring that person into it. Not going to go there. That story doesn't need to go in detail. We already know what it is. I'm just going to just write and go for it. Let understanding rise, friends. This is where we go. This is the transformation that is taking place for you to get aligned, to build strategy, and to go after. So let it rise. Let it rise. Let it rise. Again, this is a different energy tonight, but you know, there's times for us to be in high motivation, pressing in, anchoring, woohoo, yelling and screaming. But this night is not that. This is allowing the flow to come and saying, isn't that interesting? When you have that aha moment, I want you to say, isn't that interesting? Because that'll break the pattern. And you'll say, wow, I carried that along for so long. And it isn't even what it was. It isn't even what it was. Again, not judgment, just understanding. Okay, bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Hug to you. I love you. May God bless you and keep you and cause his face to shine upon you, keeping you in perfect peace. Good night, my friends. I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow night on day 15. Let's go. Good night, everybody.